Hey guys, welcome or welcome back if you've been here before. I'm super excited because I got to go to a lot of thrift stores. The last time I was in an area with like a ton of them, like a big city, I went ahead, like I had a doctor's appointment and I hit up like 3 different thrift stores. Plus I went to one like a week or 2 before then. And I've been saving this stuff. I'm gonna get it cleaned up after this video, but I'm really excited to use these things in my home. So let me go ahead and show you what I got. I have my receipts over here on my shelf so I can tell you all the prices and stuff. This is going to be, and I'm gonna keep it all in sections by thrift store so I can tell you where it came from. This is from the SPCA thrift store. I got these beautiful orange candles. They're just a nice taper candle. Me and my husband have started having like candlelit dinners, even whenever we have guests over. It's not like some sappy romantic thing, although it is sweet and romantic. It's more of like just like relaxing and stuff, and we really enjoy it. So I needed more candles, and you know candles can be expensive, and they charged me 25 cents a piece, I think, something like that. And then the whole box of these like off-white and cream colored taper candles, and I thought they were beautiful. Somebody must have donated their entire candle collection because they had a ton of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna set these to the side, and those were in total, yeah, 25 cents each. They charged me $3 for all those candlesticks, so that was a huge deal. I think on Amazon for that many candlesticks it'd be at least $15. And then I bought, I think it's in my dishwasher right now, but it's a little powdered sugar dusting wand, and they only charged me 50 cents for that, which was pretty good. So I paid $3.50 at that thrift store. If I lose, because I've lost one of my receipts, but I still know how much the items were from that particular thrift store because they're on the items still. I didn't remove the stickers yet. So, you know, I'm not going to be able to tell because it's just a total. Oh, okay. So this is from the Goodwill BINS. So I went to a Goodwill retail store, like their regular store, and I also went to the BINS. If you don't know what Goodwill BINS are, it is essentially like Goodwill's last stop, or the donated items last stop before the landfill. So there'll be huge bins filled with any type of merchandise you can think of, from like Christmas stuff to toys to clothes to linens. It's all there, all in bins. And you take in my area, it's not a buggy. You can't take a buggy into the store. They have these rolling carts that look like laundry hampers with thin, like clear trash bags in them, and you put your stuff in that, and then you go to weigh it. Items at Goodwill BINS are sold by the weight, and it's usually pretty cheap per pound. The only time where you'll end up spending more than you bargained for is if your items are heavy, and sometimes they take a flat rate on those, like just a set price instead of doing it by pound or whatever. So Goodwill BINS is pretty fun, but I don't get to go very often. So I spent $17.01 at Goodwill BINS. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that before I forget, and I'm gonna show y'all that next. So I got this beautiful like yellow striped fabric. It's by Waverly. No, it says a Waverly bonded fabric ticking stripe. It's this beautiful like golden color. It was definitely a good day to go thrifting, especially at the BINS, because it was very rainy outside, and the BINS weren't that busy whenever I first walked in. And so this fabric, it's not stained or anything. I figured I could use that for something, and it's nice and thick. I think it's upholstery material. So next from the Goodwill BINS, I got this like steamer basket by the handle, and the way that it is riveted instead of bolted inside, I think it is Revereware. The rest of my pots and pans are Revereware, but of course they have the copper bottom and say that they're reviewer wear. This doesn't have any markings on it because it has the steamer holes in it, but it looks like new. Plastic is still shiny and everything, and I don't have one of these, and I'm pretty sure it will fit one of my pots that I already have. So I was excited to find that. And I did end up getting some heavier things than I usually get at the BINS, which is why it was $17. But what I got was definitely worth it to me, so I didn't see that as a problem. Okay, so next I found this Bible Quest Noah's Ark Speak and Sound puzzle. I thought this was beautiful. You could take the little pieces out and put batteries in it. It is still wrapped in like shrink wrap, which I thought was crazy, and people who originally bought it at family Christian bookstores for $20. I don't know if y'all can see that, but isn't that crazy? That's really expensive to me. So I know I'm gonna have to put a battery in it because it's never been used, but at least I can be kind of sure that it would work. I hope it works. If not, they can just use it as a puzzle. If I didn't already say it, I plan on getting this for the kids in the nursery at my church, and just leaving it there. So I thought that was really great. This book, I thought it was beautiful. Okay, it's called, I just kicked something on the floor. It's called A Gentle Madness. Sounds silly, right? Or odd. But it has this beautiful cover. It's got this nice shine to it and everything. I read the synopsis, and it's about people throughout history that have tried to like spread books or print books because of their love for books. And it's called Bibliophiles, Bibliomanes, and the Eternal Passion for Books. That's the subtitle. So I thought it was kind of neat, and if I don't read it, it looks very pretty as decor with like the gold foiling and stuff. So next from the Goodwill bins is this. It folds up. It slides like on one of these shelves, or like your pantry, I think is what it's for. But this piece acts like a gate. One, to hold it together, and two, like, so that whenever you put this on the front of the shelf, things don't roll back off of it. And I thought that was really neat. So I'm gonna take this binder out and see if it'll slide under there. Oh, and it does. So like now, but it doesn't go all the way back. It's a little bit shorter than the shelf is. So, or it's not as deep as the shelf is what I mean. So I could put like papers and stuff up here that I want to keep out of the way. I'm gonna take that off for now. So I thought that was really cool, and it looks brand new. I don't know if you can tell. It's more like a brown coated metal. It's not black. Okay, and I got a couple more things from the BINS. It's this that definitely needs to be washed, but it's just like a hand drying towel with a button and a loop, and it's got a cute little snowman on it. I thought that'd be great to save for Christmas. I like these because I use tea towels for every other thing in my kitchen, but I like these because they don't fall off of my handle on my stove, which is where I put them. So they stay clean longer whenever you can only dry off your hands and you can't use them like to wipe up a mess or something like that. Okay, and then next there was a set. It was a boxed set, but the box part was made of like the thin paperboard, and it only had 2 books, and there was space for maybe like 4 more books in it. So I decided to ditch the paperboard like wrapper and just get the 2 books out of it, since that's all that was left. And it's Beatrix Potter books. It's The Tale of Two Bad Mice, you can see it, and then The Tale of Mr. Jeremy Fisher. And I just thought these were so cute. I love Beatrix Potter stuff, so I was really happy to have those. And we'll keep those on our bookshelf for me to enjoy because I think they're pretty. And of course, if family, kids come over, stuff like that. So, all right, that is the end of the Goodwill bins. haul. Now we're gonna move on to another thrift store. This is what I meant whenever I was talking about the clear trash bags. That's what you gotta clear your stuff home with. This thrift store was, oh gosh, I think it was a pet thrift store, but it wasn't called that. It was called something else. And I don't have the receipt to it, but all the items are marked with the prices. I can't tell you how much the individual prices at the Goodwill bins are because they weigh the whole thing all together. But I can tell you here. Might not be able to tell you the total, but that's okay. So I got these huge knitting needles for $3. They're huge. I don't know if you've ever heard of like finger knitting or arm knitting, hand knitting, but it makes bigger holes and you use chunkier you use chunkier yarn to do it with. And I thought it would be really cool and a fast way to make people throw blankets and stuff as gifts if I had some huge ones. And I do know how to knit already. So next is more knitting needles, and they're $2. They don't have a cap on the end, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but they're wood. They're really like smooth and pretty. But it was $2 for the whole bundle of them. And the last thing from this thrift store, oh, my receipt was in here. So this swimsuit I'm about to show you was $6. My total was $12. This swimsuit, the brand is Kona Soul. I don't know. I think it's a Target brand, but I only recently started seeing it in Target, so I don't know how long it's been there. And it's just this cute, like, teal blue. It's a one piece, and I think it's in women's sizing, which I thought sometimes one pieces like aren't long enough, but typically whenever I purchase like a plus size, like in women's, they add more fabric in the places where I need it. So like I can fit in a regular 14, but sometimes things just look more flattering when they're a women's 14. So it's got this cute little tie detail, and then it's got kind of an open back, not too deep of a back though. And y'all, it looks, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I held this up, I brought it home and I realized, oh no, that's like hardly any high knee coverage, right? So I tried it on whenever I got home, and it actually does cover more. I don't know if it's just the way that it stretches, but it covers way more than I thought it would. So that's really nice. And it does have cup pads in it, but it's not super supportive. So I'm not crazy about that, but it was only $6, way cheaper than, this is probably like a $30, $40 swimsuit at Target new. So I was happy about that. Okay, and so for my final Goodwill trip, which was just the regular Goodwill, I was looking around their furniture section, which they had some cool furniture and stuff, but I couldn't bring it home with me. And I found a spin mop, like the O-Cedar spin mop, not the mop itself, but the bucket that goes with it. And I already have the mop that should work with it, but I didn't have the spin mop bucket. And here, I'll show you. So it's kind of gross inside. I have to wash it out. This was $5.99, and if you like, oh, use mop bucket, it's kind of expensive. These brand new are like $30, $35. And what it is when you push the foot pedal down, that part spins and it'll wring out your mop, and you don't even have to bend over or anything. It can hold a lot of water. This thing's huge. You can see how it's kind of like crusty down there. So I would definitely have to sanitize that and just get all the crud out of it. But I thought that was a very good deal, and I'm just gonna get rid of my other mop bucket. For $1.99, I got this pretty little wooden napkin holder, and I thought it would be nice because I showed you all the candles and told y'all we've been using those taper candles, and we have them on a platter, like so when we're eating dinner, we have the platter on our table and then 2 taper candles in the taller candle holders. So my current napkin holder, and I use fabric napkins like all the time. We don't buy paper napkins unless a lot of people are coming over or something like that. But the napkin holder I have for them sticks up tall, so they're kind of too close to the flames if we don't tuck them down into the napkin holder, like folded. So, and they're kind of squished in there like that. So I got this because I thought they could lay long ways like this in there, and then they would fit perfectly between the two taper candles. I don't know if it's going to work well or not because it's very narrow, but I'll give it a shot. Okay, and I think the last thing from that Goodwill is my husband is very hard to buy for, clothing wise. So I kind of know what he likes most of the time, but it's difficult to find it, even at thrift stores, in-store or thrift stores, just because of the size that he is. So I found this. It's a Henley, and it's really soft, and he likes those. Of course, he won't be able to use it till winter time now or fall, but it's just a nice black Henley. The brand is Roundtree in York, and the Henleys he has now that he's really enjoyed for years and years, they were getting a little bit tight. So I remember looking online like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something to try to find ones that would work for him, and I could not find them anywhere. Like the soft Henleys in his size, I couldn't find them, and I thought that was crazy. Like, such a simple design. Sometimes like things will be popular for years and years and years, and then you won't want them or need them, and then as soon as you think, oh, I really need to get that in my size, or I need this, and you've been seeing them for years, you won't find them whenever you need them. It's crazy. So anyway, the total at that Goodwill was $12.73. So I thought that was pretty good, especially the mop bucket and all. And it's a very sturdy mop bucket, like it's thick plastic. I think that's everything. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and sticking around to hang out with the rest of us. And I love having y'all here, and I love chatting with y'all in the comments. So I love it when y'all leave me comments and I get to communicate with you. It's great. It really brings joy to my day. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.